Hey guys, it's Rush. Hope we're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. This video today, I want to talk about fighting games. We've got a lot of updates coming to, I feel like the big three right now, in my opinion, are, of course, Street Fighter 6. We've got a big Tekken 8 update coming, and I want to put City of the Wolves in the big three. Now, I know it's probably not the big three in terms of the usual ones. Mortal Kombat would be that third one. However, I feel in terms of the modern fighting games that people are playing and enjoying and discussing, because of the overlap as well with City of the Wolves and Street Fighter 6, I feel like City of the Wolves is getting a lot of the limelight. It's really good. Season 2 is like the better season so far. Season 1 was great. Season 2 is an improvement. So I feel like those are the three that are the talk of the town right now. They're the active games. Street Fighter 6 is dominating the fighting game market right now. Tekken 8 still very active, still very popular. There's a lot of negative discourse, which I'm sure we're all aware of the negative discourse. But Season 3 is coming. So let's talk about what's coming for each of those games. And let's talk about specifically City of the Wolves, Fatal Fury, SNK, and Street Fighter 6, and what we all feel is coming, and my thoughts on that topic. So let's start with Tekken 8, because Tekken 8 is the game that I'm not really playing out of the three, and that's having a season update. So Season 3 comes out on the 17th of March. I'll put it there, Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6, 17th of March. And the update brings, well, what's proposed is back to basics. Now, that to me is a entire topic in itself. So back to basics. I feel with Tekken 8 Season 1, I played Season 1 a lot. I enjoyed Season 1, but there were some issues with Heat was the main culprit, the plus frames on Heat, and just characters being ramped up and being very strong. The balancing, I think, was the main thing. Season 2 came and there was some tweaks. There was a whole host of new attacks added to the game. And you had Heat Dash, you could go into high or crouch, full crouch, which caused more mix-ups. New characters, Anna. Anna is basically the Mai of Tekken, sorry. So yeah, she's like Mai's in Street Fighter 6 and she's just a pain. Anna is that character in Tekken 8. So back to basics, I feel. My evaluation of that is that Tekken team acknowledge all the negative feedback and they're trying to stop the chaos. I feel like Heat will probably be tweaked a lot. That's what I expect to see. Maybe improvements to movement as well. Perhaps, I don't know, we'll see. But back to basics means, in my opinion, that they hold their hands up and they've made some mistakes and they're trying to tone the game down. They're trying to bring it back to what Tekken was. And that's a really bold statement to make. Like, if they do that and manage to succeed, it will probably be one of the most, it will catch up to Street Fighter 6. It will never overtake Street Fighter 6 because I don't know what's going on in Japan, but Street Fighter 6 is adored in Japan. But I feel like Tekken will be back to where it was previously. Tekken 7 was super popular. The older Tekken games, some of them are iconic. They are iconic. Tekken 8 could be back up there if they truly bring it back to basics. But we've been there before, Tekken fans. We know what's happened in the past. We're promised things. They go into buff defense, and then we get a patch where they buff offense. So I don't know what to expect. I'm not going to hold my breath, but that's what's proposed for Tekken. With Street Fighter 6, the update again comes on the 17th of March, same day as Tekken 8, the update for Season 3. Now, this is not a season update. This is just the Alex update and a balance, so it changes some tweaks to the character, the roster. This comes after Capcom Cup, so a week or so after Capcom Cup concludes. So my thinking is Alex will drop. There'll be some small tweaks to the game, and then the actual season update will come later on. I think it's like May, June time, the season update comes. So the issue with Street Fighter 6 is, even though it's super popular, it's the most popular of the three. The thing with Street Fighter 6 right now is it's extremely stale. The content is lacking. I think people are sick and tired of getting recolors of existing costumes. There's no characters. The 4 characters come out per year, but then you've got a long wait between each character and you really feel it. For me, I enjoy the game. I'm not really too fussed, but I don't particularly love Street Fighter 6. So I'm not that fussed about all this. But I understand if you're actively playing Street Fighter 6, you feel like the game is unchanged. The characters, like the top tiers, are dominating the battlefield. You log into ranked and you're going to play JP, you're going to play Mai, you're going to play Ryu, probably on rotation, those 3 for the most part. And it's going to be super frustrating. So I can understand why Capcom want to make some tweaks, but I do think this is a conservative, a small patch. I would love to see some minor tweaking to the drive mechanics, just some reworking, but we've been here before, probably won't happen. I do think those top tiers, my JP, Ryu, especially those three, definitely need some tweaks, some changes. I feel like Sagat as well is on the radar. I do want to see Sagat get tweaked because I feel like he's overtuned. I think he's going under the radar a little bit. The only reason why Sagat's on the radar is because Blaz is playing Sagat. But other than that, I think most people feel like he's not amazing. I think he's very stupid. Very like he's on Ryu levels, almost on Ryu levels of stupid. But that's my opinion. That's what's coming in March. Then City of the Wolves, we have an update coming on the 26th of February. So in a few days now. And that update it's a second character of season 2. So if you don't know this, City of the Wolves, Fatal Fury, they are releasing a character. So is it 6 characters or 4? I forget now actually. 4 or 6 characters per season. I think it's 6. And they're releasing each character every month. So they've already released the first character, it dropped with season 2. And now we're getting not even Geese, Howard. It's Nightmare Geese. So don't think it's a canon version of the character. It's like a dream, a nightmare version of the character because Geese is dead. He's dead in the game, and they don't bring characters back. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe they do, maybe they don't, like they're doing Capcom. Capcom love to bring characters back from the dead. So Geese Howard, Nightmare Geese, is dropping on the 26th of February, which is mad. It's crazy they're doing back-to-back, month-to-month updates with the characters dropping. Not only that, you're getting a stage as well and some Southtown updates of the story mode. You're getting some changes to that as well. It's actually a collaboration with Street Fighter 6, so you get some Street Fighter 6 the elements coming over to City of the Wolves via the Southtown story mode. What's interesting is this stage. There's been a lot of talk about this stage. People have already covered this on their channels, and it's all over Twitter. But the stage, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, the stage is from 3 places. It's from Third Strike. It's the bonus stage on Third Strike. The stage is also actually in Street Fighter 6 within the World Tour mode. And the stage is from an early version of Capcom versus SNK. I believe it's the first one. So this stage, like for me, when I saw this stage, I was like, wow, I really want this stage and I will purchase it. This stage is actually free with the update, which is really cool. This stage is gorgeous. It's such a nice stage, but the stage has lore to it. And I feel everyone's talking about Capcom versus SNK 3, or maybe the SNK version is SNK versus Capcom. Chaos, I think it's called. So again, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a big SNK guy. So there's already been a Chaos 1, so Chaos 2 would be the next one. So maybe it could be that. It depends on which, like if it's Capcom running the show, if it's SNK running the show, maybe it's a combination of the two. We don't know if it'll be either Capcom versus SNK 3 or SVC Chaos 2. But like when I saw the rumors online about it, and like Max covered it, other channels covered it, I think Rufamonga covered it recently, but I didn't really think it'd be a reality. But I feel like more and more there's more chance of this game actually coming out. And for me, I don't really feel like I have a modern fighter that I'm really in love with. And I may not love this new crossover between the two companies. I may hate it. But my thinking is if Capcom develop it, even if SNK develop it, there's potential for a new fighting game to be on the scene. I get to try it out and see if I like it or not. If it brings in mechanics from the existing games, because you're going to have the rev system, you're going to have the drive system, so they're going to put those together 100%. I just hope if they add the drive system, they delete the drive rush input eating, because that is a nightmare. But sort that out for the new game, because clearly Capcom don't want to sort it out in the existing game. But then do that. Then imagine if they bring other systems. This is what I'm already thinking. Other systems from other games. So I'm going to just go straight in with it. Imagine if they bring in a Street Fighter 4 and a Street Fighter 5 system to this game. Because if you don't know this, with Capcom versus SNK, there's 3 systems you can select from each side. And they're called grooves. So you have a C groove, an A groove, a P groove. That's for Capcom. And then you have it's going to be SNK. Is it an S groove, N groove, and a K groove? So I'm just saying it. But imagine if they have like they may not call it grooves. Imagine if they just have like a Street Fighter 4 system, a Street Fighter 5 system, which would be the V system, and they have a Street Fighter 6 system, and then you get to select characters and then tailor what system you want to use for those either your group of characters or your single character. It would blow my mind. It would be such a crazy game. And the thing is, I feel like with City of the Wolves and with Street Fighter 6, there's a lot of lessons learned. And at the moment, like we'll go back to Street Fighter 6. Clearly, Capcom are scared to change that game. They don't want to change it because it's so successful. It's doing so well, so popular. It's dominating the scene. With this game, we can go in with like okay, we can't change this in Street Fighter 6 for X reason. But in this game, we can mess with that mechanic in the drive system, or we can just mess with that within the game itself. And this game could be something special. Because at the moment, like, I love fighting games. I've played fighting games my entire life. And at the moment, I'm not really enjoying the modern fighting game grind. I'm not enjoying the fighting game grind. I'm not enjoying the modern fighting game grind that much. City of the Wolves is really good. I love it. But I think for me, if I were to moan about City of the Wolves, it's some of the characters are just doing stuff. They're just flinging themselves across the screen, going left, right, running around the place. It's just manic. But for some characters, I can deal with it, but some characters I can't. Don't really like that, but that's SNK, so I have to hold that. But I really don't like Rev Blow, and it's not even. I think for me at the moment, it's Air Rev Blow. Like I have ideas on how to counter Air Rev Blow, but it's so annoying because you'll delay your option and you'll react to the green when they're in the air. The thing is, when they do Air Rev Blow, if you don't know this, if you play Street Fighter 6, it's basically Drive Impact. So you can do an air version of Drive Impact, but it's not uniform. Like what the attack is out of the air can differ. So they can bounce upwards, they can bounce forward, they can go downwards like a dive kick, they can go all over the place. So you're trying to deal with these air rev blows, but you got to think about anti-airing. You got to think about, do I not anti-air? Do I use the universal high crush move? Do I rev blow back? What I sometimes do is if I think someone's going to do air rev blow, I will use super, because super beats, it completely like nullifies rev blow. But if they bounce up in the air, your super will whiff, and that's happened to me a few times. So I love to see them like tidy up those mechanics if those are in the systems they use in this game that's not even been announced yet. I'm talking about a game that doesn't exist, but yeah, that's my opinion on if that game exists. You know, that's what's coming in the future. So this year, I feel it's going to be huge for fighting games. We've got some major updates coming to the existing three. I'm not going to call them the big three because I know that will upset people, but the three fighting games that are in like discussion and are on the timeline right now. There's a lot going on with those three right now. So whatever you're playing, you've got a lot to look forward to. And if this game does come out, if Capcom versus SNK 3 does come out, I can't wait to see what this game looks like, because yeah, I'd love to play a game and be like, you know what, this is my game. This is the one I want to sink my teeth into, because I don't really feel like I have that yet. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think is happening? What are you looking forward to? Do you have any worries about the updates that are coming? Love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I appreciate your time, guys. I will catch you next one. Take care.